I'm going to be ranking the Monsterverse movies worst to best. And of course, GXK is not going to be on the list considering it is not out yet, so that should be common knowledge. Also, before I start, I'd like to say that I don't think any of the movies are bad. I think some perform better than the others, but that's about it. Every single movie here is at least a 7 out of 10. So let's get started. Boy, am I putting myself on the fucking stake for this one. King of the Monsters is going to be coming in last for me. One of my biggest cons about this movie is how they cut away from the monster action to show what the humans are doing. To be honest, that was one of the biggest complaints that I had in the 2014 film. And I was really hoping they would change that in King of the Monsters, but they didn't. This movie is still a 7 out of 10 though. I still enjoyed the movie. I just think it's the weakest entry. I love King Ghidorah, I love Mothra, I love Rodan, and I love Godzilla. So before you guys get your pitchforks ready, just know that I still love this movie and stop fucking bitching. The next movie on the list is going to be Godzilla 2014. Although this movie is fundamentally probably the best in the Monsterverse, it has the least rewatch value, which is very important for me, particularly. That's why it's my list. So I'm not saying for everyone else, I'm just saying, particularly, it has the least rewatch value because it takes so long for Godzilla to show up. Also, this movie had a big thing for cutting away from the fights. But the good things about this movie is that they showed his weight really well. And I'm not saying that it's stupid that Godzilla can run, because I know a lot of people get mad if you say that too. I'm just saying that I do like seeing Godzilla move like Godzilla. I like seeing him move like a big, gigantic tank that actually takes time to move and not jumping around sprinting and shit like that. It just makes the feel of Godzilla more, I don't know, realistic. It just feels better. Which the Monsterverse is trying to be. It's trying to be like a realistic version of all the other monster movies. So the fact that they showed the weight really well, they showed his size very well, the scaling in this movie was perfect. This movie's gonna get an 8 out of 10 for me. Next, we have Kong Skull Island. To be real with you, I really don't have that many complaints about this movie. Everything down from the CGI to the human characters to the fight scenes, everything was good. They didn't take a long ass time to get to Kong, and they weren't shy to show him when he showed up. This movie is a 9 out of 10 for me. It's really good. I literally don't have anything bad to say about it. I would say the only reason why it's underneath the #1 movie is because the lack of iconic characters in it, but besides that, it's still a really good movie on its own. Godzilla vs. Kong, by far, in my opinion, the best Monsterverse entry. And that's saying something because I'm Team Kong. The fight scenes in this movie were immaculate. I love seeing Kong and Godzilla on the screen together, even if they're knocking each other's blocks off. It's just something that I never thought I'd be able to experience in my lifetime. So this movie was a godsend for me, especially coming out during COVID when nothing was going on and time was just boring, nothing was happening. This movie was like a godsend for me. I have to give this movie like a 9.5 out of 10. It was a 10 out of 10 earlier in my other rankings, but I'm going to bring it down to a 9.5 for other reasons. What do you guys think about my list? What is your list? Comment down below.